Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Northern Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Northern Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the pertaining from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
And happy Monday, everyone. My name is meteorologist Heather Kane. It's time for our daily hail forecast. We got to thank our sponsors, though. We got C3 Group, as well as Merlin Law Group and American Contractor. Thank you guys, as always, for sponsoring our videos, and make sure you check them out, you guys. We have their links in the description below. So it's going to be a pretty quiet day today. We're not expecting anything in terms of severe weather. It's that time of the year when things start to quiet down quite a bit. And as we get into tomorrow, we're not expecting any severe weather either. However, as we get into the middle of the week, there is a system that we need to keep an eye on for a day or two to see if any severe weather will pop out of that. So we do have a few events coming up. The first one is the OU Iowa State Tailgate down in Norman. This is on November 20th. The times are still to be determined, but if you haven't gone to any of our tailgates yet, we have free food, we have free beer, we have the game on television under a tent. So it's always a lot of fun, so make sure you go and check that out on November 20th. And then we are going to the Bedlam game. This will not be in Norman. We're going to Stillwater for this. That is on November 27th. And again, same deal with the November 20th game. The time is still to be determined. So we have that one as well. And Boomer Sooner. Sorry, OSU fans. We are mostly OU here. So let's get into our storm reports totals. We haven't done this in a few weeks. We didn't see anything yesterday in terms of severe weather, so no reports to talk about. In terms of where we've been since January 1st, we're a little over 1,000 tornado reports, a little over 5,500 large hail reports, and closing in on 16,200 high wind reports. And you guys know the deal. We're not even close to what we saw this time last year. We are very far behind. So let's take a look at our current conditions. For the most part, we are very quiet across the United States. High pressures in control in the eastern part of the U.S. We do have a little bit of a disturbance bringing some light rain across the Dakotas into Minnesota. And then we do have another system off the west coast of the United States. We're going to zoom in just, because there's not a whole lot to talk about except for some of this rain here. Some light showers across South Dakota and into Minnesota. A few hours ago, we did have some snow showers, but it's warmed up enough now to where it is rain. And then that system that will potentially bring some severe weather in a few days, bringing some light rain showers. Basically, it's off the coast right now, but that will be changing as we get into later on throughout the day. So we got to keep an eye on this system in a few days. That will be the storm maker. So let's take a look at our current temperatures. Pretty comfortable across the United States. We have a 60 in Chicago, 72 in St. Louis, 71 down in Atlanta, a little bit warmer down in Miami at 76. You get into the Rockies though, and temperatures are in the 40s and even cooler in the higher elevations. So not too bad for a November day, although I prefer the temperatures here compared to the Rockies. I don't do cold very well. So in terms of the dew points, it's relatively dry. Even Miami, you're pretty comfortable, which is quite strange, a 58-degree dew point for you, so not too bad. You do see it that we are starting to see a little bit of a moisture return in the southern part of the U.S., 50-degree dew points still. So it's still pretty comfortable, but these dew points, they will be increasing as we get into the next few days, providing that moisture needed for the potential for severe weather. So I thought I would jump back to the west coast of the U.S. where that system is just off the coast. We do have some wind advisories and warnings out, as well as some various snow advisories and watches. So if you're in any of these areas, make sure you stay tuned to your National Weather Service, as there could be some snow in the coming days. So like I mentioned, no severe weather is expected today, so no severe hail, no severe wind. It's going to be very quiet for the most part across the United States. And as we get into tomorrow, same deal, no severe weather is expected. But that could be changing as we get into the middle of the week. We do have a trough that we're going to be watching. As we get into the next few days, it's going to start to deepen, and we could see a chance for severe weather in the middle of the country. This is at 12 p.m. Central Time Wednesday. So we jumped a few days ahead here. And as we get into Thursday, that system starts to deepen, and there's going to be some cold air coming on south from Canada. So behind this system, it's going to get relatively chilly. And then as we get into Friday, the system starts to continue to move on to the east, and more cold air will jump down from our neighbors in Canada. So it's going to be a little bit chilly behind this system. It's going to be, I think, a quick move or two as we get into Wednesday and into the end of the week here. So make sure if you're up in the Great Lakes region, you have those winter jackets ready, because it's going to be a bit chilly. So taking a look at our future dew points, pretty dry across the United States. I mentioned a few minutes ago, we have a little bit of moisture down in Texas, and that's going to be streaming up into Oklahoma. This is getting into tomorrow. The moisture return starts to increase a little bit, but still nothing too impressive. But then as we get into Wednesday, that moisture return starts to increase a little bit. We do need to watch basically here in Oklahoma for a slight chance of severe weather. It doesn't look very impressive right now, but it's something. And then as we get into Thursday, that moisture will be moving on to the east as that system tracks to the east with it. And that's all she wrote for that. And in terms of that instability, we do have a little bit for tomorrow, but that system that we are watching, it's not going to be here yet. So that instability is really not going to really do anything for us. But as we get into Wednesday, you can see we're going to have a little bit more instability in place, basically from Wichita southward to central Oklahoma down into near the Oklahoma-Texas border. So this is where we're going to be watching for that chance of severe weather. And then as we get into Thursday, there'll still be a little bit of instability around, but this system is going to be fast moving. So the chances for severe weather on Thursday, they don't look very good. It's something that we need to watch. I think Wednesday is the best chance for that. And then as we get into Friday, still a little bit of instability, but again, I don't think there's really going to be a whole lot in terms of severe weather as that system moves off to the east. And it looks like the weekend and into the beginning of next week look very quiet. So here is Wednesday's outlook. Just a small area from basically Wichita down into western and central Oklahoma, down to near the Oklahoma-Texas border. It doesn't look very impressive right now, but it's something. It's November. We'll take anything that we get. And then as we get into Thursday and Friday, I think it's just going to be a line of showers and maybe a few storms. Nothing severe as of right now, but that can change. So we will watch that for you. Make sure you stay tuned to Hail Trace for any updates. So let's take a look at a few cities for the roofing forecast today. In Denver, it's going to be a little bit chilly, but it's going to be dry. Temperatures will get up into the lower 50s by this afternoon. And then down in Dallas, it's going to be dry as well. Very nice day. Temperatures will warm up into almost the mid 70s, 74 at 3 p.m. No rain in sight. And then here in Oklahoma City, basically the same deal. It's going to be dry, plenty of sunshine, a bit windy though. So if you're going to be on those roofs, make sure that you take extra caution. We don't want any of you guys to fall off. That would be really, really bad and sad and just not good. So yeah, make sure you hunker down, but it's going to be dry. It's going to be sunny and temperatures will get up into the mid 70s by this afternoon. And then, well, you guys don't roof at 3 a.m. hopefully, but it's going to remain dry for the rest of this evening and into tonight. So that's all that I have for you today. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We love talking with you guys. And if you have any questions, concerns, or you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hilltrace.com and check out our website at www.hilltrace.com. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday.